rise.
Sup, Judge?
Take the cap off.
Boo! Hey guys, scared you there, didn't I? No? Damn it. Okay then. Anyway, I'm sure you probably figured that this isn't the old honorable judge talking. This is actually a voiceover. Yeah, I know, right? We can do that. Real 21st century stuff. Anyway, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the Crown Court today. But first, notice how at the front of the court on a raised platform is a large bench. This is where the judge sits. I know, right? Obviously, but just bear with us. This is supposed to be an informative video. Anyway, different forms of address are appropriate for different ranks of judges, with Your Honor being the most common in Crown Courts. It is evident that there is a clear and conventional hierarchical power structure within the courtroom, with the judge being at its pinnacle. The judge enters and exits the court from a door typically at the side of the platform, preceded by a cry of "All rise" from the usher or the clerk of the court, who sits right below and in front of the judge. Note that the judge does not have a gavel. There is, however, a royal coat of arms on the wall above the judge's bench. Everyone present is required to show their subjection to the court by standing as the judge enters until he or she sits down. The clerk of the court, who sits facing the court, that is the same way as the judge, has a dedicated desk with a computer and a telephone used when communication is necessary with other parts of the court building. The defendant is being represented by the defending barrister. The defending barrister will usually be nearer the jury. The barristers may well have laptop computers in addition to files of papers relating to the case, which will be on the desk in front of them. These are called bundles. Unlike the judge, who speaks sitting down, the barristers always stand to put forth their defending and prosecuting argument.
Wow, look at all the technology. Like, I thought it was going to be so traditional. Like, look at the judge has the computer and the clerk has the printer. Wow.
And there's a TV as well, which I found very surprising, and a phone. I didn't expect that. Isn't it interesting to see how all the things we've learned in lectures in terms of theories such as mens rea and actus reus is applicable in the courts, where it comes to life and it's visualized for us, and we see the relationship between the defendants and the prosecutors and the judge. Also, remember how we learned about the burden of proof being on the prosecutor? It's also nice to see that evident here as well.
Charm, as a law student who has visited the Crown Court, what, in your opinion, are the ethical issues?
Well, there are a number of ethical issues that could arise in a court. For instance, the notion of impartiality, and for the judge to reserve his judgment, as well as the visitors in the court to reserve their judgment and be completely respectful to the process, the court process. I think is quite a vital issue that should always be taken into account and should not be forgotten. And in fact, the English courts do go out of their way to, in fact, remind the visitors, whether it's press or simply students that are just visiting, to abide by these rules and regulations. Moreover, it's quite often do you see a conflict, if you will, between the application of the law as well as the moral issues that might arise. For instance, during this, when we visited the Crown Court as a group, we noticed there was this one case about a very old man who was getting evicted from his home. And the facts of the matter were that he was a father of 6 children with no wife to take care of them, and so he was an only father, and yet he was still being evicted, and he was hoping to get an extension on the time he had to pay back his debts, but the law wouldn't allow it. And so we found that the conflict between what we as a group and we as a society would deem right and what the law would put into effect, if you will. So yeah, safe to say there are numerous ethical issues that do arise.
Okay, thank you.